Sadly, this is the last of my Kona Brewing Hawaii beers brought to me by my good friend Abe, straight from Hawaii. And I'm probably going to butcher the name of it. What's up, everybody? It's Ginger Yeti, and I'm checking in from home. If you watched my channel recently, you know that my good friend Abe went to Hawaii and was kind enough when he flew back home to bring me back a mixed six-pack from the Kona Brewing Company in Hawaii. The real independent Kona Brewing, not that Kona Big Wave AB InBev bullshit. Avoid that. This is the real Kona Brewery, the independent one, actually brewed in Hawaii, not that one that got sued for false marketing or whatever it was. Go check out my first video. I think it was the longboard video. I explain all that. But this is the, let me see if I can pronounce it right, Kua Bay IPA, Kua Bay IPA, K-Bay IPA. I don't know. I cannot pronounce these Hawaiian words. I can barely pronounce normal English. And it's not even the Queen's English. But spelled K-U-A Bay IPA. It's got a picture of, I believe that's a chick there. Almost looks like she's body surfing, like swimming in the breaking wave there. It's got these ridges up top. I spoke about those in every video I've done on these beers. Beers that are canned in Hawaii will always have these ridges on top because the canning plant there, the ball manufacturing plant, is only set up to do cans with these ridges. So if you get a can of beer, it's got these ridges on top. It was at least canned, if not brewed and canned, in Hawaii. And all of the real, original, independent Kona Brewing Company beers have these ridges on them. So on the can here, like I said, it's made in Kona, Hawaii, Kona Brewing Company. On the side here, India Pale Ale, brewed by Kona Brewing Hawaii, 7.3% ABV. What does this say here? Mahalo for drinking responsibly. On the back here, it's got the map of Hawaii and shows the locations of the brewery in Hawaii. And it says, ride the waves. Kua Bay on the Big Island is a picture perfect as it gets. Bright turquoise waves carry you in towards the white sand beach. So grab your beach mat, grab your beach mat and our Kua Bay IPA. With its piney hoppiness and subtle caramel malt, it's a smooth, crisp finish to your day. Brewing liquid aloha since '94. On the bottom there was some sort of canned on date. It's pretty smeared. I'm not sure what that says. Maybe 5, 25, 26, something like that, but it's pretty smeared. Beach mat. Let me know down below in the comments, do you call it a beach mat or a beach towel? I don't think I've ever heard somebody call it a beach mat. I don't know if that's a Hawaiian thing, or maybe I'm just a dummy since I'm a Midwesterner that lives on the North Coast. I don't really go to the beach in Lake Erie. Don't want to get shot for one thing. But I don't know, I just don't make it to the lake very often. I do like to go to the beach, but I've been to the beaches on West Coast, East Coast, Belize, a couple places in Europe. I've never heard anybody call it a beach mat. So let me know down below in the comments if you call it a beach mat or a beach towel. Or is beach mat something totally different than a beach towel or a beach blanket? Wow, I just went off on a tangent there about beach mats. What am I doing? Let's get into this beer here. So on Untapped, let's get to 3.57 with 58,000 check-ins. With that many check-ins, I'm guessing that this used to be brewed, or they used to brew this back when the Evil Empire owned it, and they still brew it today. I'm so happy to see them get away from the Evil Empire. Excuse me, on Beer Advocate, it gets an 83 good with 173 check-ins. Get it poured out into my IPA glass here while I keep burping. Nice looking beer. It's got a nose on it. I'm getting a little bit of a malty note out of that. That's about it. Not very strong on the nose at all. Just a slight malt note. Color. That is like a piney resin kind of orangey color. I'd probably give that, pick up my SRM chart here. I don't know, probably about a 13 on my SRM chart. Slightly hazy, can't see through that. Got a little bit more than a finger's worth of eggshell white, lightly nicotine stained ceiling tile head. The head's very mousse-like, shiny on top, with some like craters from some bigger bubbles going on. And I'm sad this is my last beer from Hawaii, my last Kona Brewing, independent brewing beer from Hawaii. But I'm excited to try it. Cheers, everybody. Almost poured that down my face. What did I say the ABV was? 7.3. It has like a medium body to it. It has a very, very good medium body to it. A little bit of a malty, like the malt character in there. Some pine bitterness, almost sticky pine bitterness. It mixes really well with that malt flavor though. Yeah, the malt and that pine, that sticky pine bitterness are mixing really well in this. And as I'm talking on the finish, the piney, like the resinous pine, turns into a slight bitterness on the finish a little bit in my mouth. I was looking at the can to see what the ABV was. Because it's not that the ABV is noticeable, like there's no booziness or there's no like burn or anything. But I was surprised at the body of this. That's why I had to check the ABV. This is like a piney Westie. This is really good. This is a really good, proper, like no frills. I mean, it just says it's an IPA, but I'd call it a West Coast. A proper no frills IPA. Nice malt backbone. A really well done pininess to it. It's got a little bit of that resinous bitterness on the finish. It's not overpowering. It's not too sweet. It's not too bitter. It's not too piney. It's very well rounded. It's a tasty, tasty beer. This is a really well done IPA. Again, I would have called it a West Coast, not just a straight IPA. But I guess it's a Kua Bay IPA. Maybe that's a different style, right? So the Kua or Kua Bay IPA from Kona Brewing Hawaii, the independent original Kona Brewing, not the AB InBev Evil Empire garbage. I give you 1.5 horns up. This is a really tasty beer. Always knock my Nights with Nutmeg sticker down. I don't know why. Really tasty beer. It's a great beer to end that mixed 6-pack on. Thank you so much, Abe. I really appreciate you like thinking of me and bringing me back that mixed 6-pack. That was super cool of you to do. You didn't need to do that, especially since you're a sober sailor. I really appreciate you going to the brewery and picking up a mixed 6-pack for me. This was awesome. I really enjoyed trying all these beers. Super cool. Finally able to get the real Kona beers. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much, Abe. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. If you've been to Kona, Hawaii, if you've been to the Kona Brewery, what's your favorite Kona beer? Is one of the 6 beers I reviewed your favorite, or is there another one that if I ever get to Hawaii or a friend goes to Hawaii, I need to have them pick up for me? Let me know that down below in the comments. And as always, embrace the adventure.